Hi everyone, welcome back to another The White Lotus costume review and analysis. In today's video, we're diving into the costumes worn throughout all 8 episodes of Season 3. I also have full reviews for Seasons 1 and 2, and I'll leave links to both of those in my pinned comment if you'd like to check those out. Now before we jump in, a quick heads up, there will be some mild spoilers from Season 3, though I'll avoid any major plot points in case you haven't finished the season yet. As with previous seasons, the costumes were designed by Alex Bovaird, who has been nominated for 2 Emmys for her work on Seasons 1 and 2, and she received a Costume Designer Guild Award nomination for Season 2. In addition to the White Lotus, Bovaird has designed for projects like Jordan Peele's Nope, True Detective Night Country, and the indie film Bird, which I highly recommend that you check out. Season 3 was filmed in Thailand, primarily at the Four Seasons Resort Koh Samui, with additional locations in Bangkok and Phuket. Now for my research, I've referenced Bovaird's Instagram, where she shared her inspirations and sources, as well as my own observations. And there are also several sites now tracking where you can buy pieces from the show, like Shop Your TV and Worn on TV. And some costumes are available, though they may be sold out now, while others are vintage or custom designed specifically for the show. I've done my best to ensure details and episodes are accurate, but I may slip up occasionally. And I've also had to limit the characters and costumes I cover to keep things concise. However, I've put together a shopping guide for Season 3, which you can download by joining my Patreon at any level. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And a huge shout out to my current patrons for your support. In an interview with Days Digital, Bovaird discussed her preparation for the White Lotus Season 3 set in Thailand. To get a feel for the climate, she watched Below Deck Thailand, noting how hot it was with the crew's polo shirts soaking through with sweat. Bovaird said she connected with the show's portrayal of traveler hedonism, calling herself a former traveler hedonist. Now, compared to Seasons 1 and 2, there are even more characters and costumes. As it's set over a week at the White Lotus, it's like Downton Abbey, where characters change outfits multiple times a day. Bovaird told Harper's Bazaar, "Even though we ground what we do in reality, we've created a world where everybody dresses up for dinner and changes several times a day, much like the good old days when people dressed up for travel." Most of the guest costumes come from luxury brands, and some jewelry was incredibly expensive. Bovaird confirmed that they borrowed over $1 million worth of jewelry. When showrunner Mike White announced that the new season would be bigger and better, Bovaird embraced a maximalist approach, incorporating designer bags and high-end jewelry into the wardrobe. There was lots of Valentino and Bottega, she said. Designers like French fashion designer Jaclyn and Tombolo created custom looks for the show. While I can't confirm, it's likely that these brands either paid to have their pieces featured or provided them for free, adding an interesting layer to the show's ongoing commentary about wealth and class. Season 3 leans even further into these themes, especially given the fact that the suites where the characters stay can cost over $10,000 a night, something most of us, myself included, could only dream about. Bovaird noted that the increased focus on fashion brings both pressure and opportunity. It can lead to brand deals, but also makes the cast more aware of their outfits. She compared it to Love Island, saying that by Season 3, the actors were putting more thought into what they wore, which she worried might become distracting. The frequent mention of luxury brands feeds directly into the show's critique of class divides, although if you can look past all of that, it's still just a fun, guilty pleasure to admire the incredible wardrobe. Now let's dive into the costumes for each of the main characters, and feel free to skip ahead anytime. I've added timestamps in the description for you. The staff. In Season 3 of The White Lotus, the staff is a mix of local Thai team members such as Mook, Gaitok, and Pornchai, alongside international staff like Fabian, Valentin, and Pam. I've included some of the uniforms worn by the staff at the Four Seasons Resort for comparison, such as those worn by the general manager, security manager, and the conference services team. Bovaird collaborated with New York-based leisure brand Tombolo to create 34 custom staff uniforms for the season, building on their previous collaboration in Season 2. She praised Tombolo's playful design aesthetic, which she felt was a perfect fit for the show's new spa butler characters. Mook, Pam, and Valentin wear Tombolo monkey business button-up shirts in vanilla, paired with Tombolo stowaway khaki shorts, which are worn by both Mook and Pam. The staff's brown uniforms were also supplied by Tombolo, featuring a variation of the brand's Picante Cabana button-up shirt. In one image, Valentin can be seen wearing the matching pants. Security guard Gaitok is outfitted in a military-style tan shirt and cargo pants with contrasting orange piping, complementing Mook's uniforms. Belinda and Pornchai wear a custom-designed gray two-piece spa uniform, featuring accents of bias-cut fabrics and a tie print motif, likely supplied by Jim Thompson, who also contributed some of the soft furnishings for the show. And of course, the unifying element across all 3 seasons remains the staff name tags and the iconic White Lotus pin. Mook. Mook is a health mentor at the White Lotus. Bovaird described working with Mook actor Lalisa Manoban as refreshing, as Manoban didn't have to focus on high-fashion details for her role as resort staffer Mook. With input from Manoban and a local Thai crew, Bovaird custom-designed Mook's blouse and sarong uniform. Pam wears a very similar outfit. Now, aside from her spa uniform, Mook wears this Poisson Crew mini dress by Thai-based resort wear brand Miter. She also performs at the resort in a traditional Thai dance costume. So for some context, here are some examples of some variations of these costumes and headdresses worn by Thai dancers. The Guests. In Season 3, we are introduced to a new series of guests. Bovaird told Vogue that the costume design in Season 3 was more elevated and detailed compared to Season 1. She emphasized the coordination of shoes with swimsuits, cover-ups, hats, bags, and sunglasses, highlighting the team's increased attention to styling and accessories. The Duo. Rick and Chelsea's dynamics are marked by a significant age difference in contrasting worldviews. According to Bovaird's interview with Vogue, their styling was intentionally less polished to evoke curiosity and suspicion. Additionally, their slightly disheveled appearance was meant to suggest they were charming but possibly untrustworthy, enhancing their mysterious backstory and underlying sexual tension. Chelsea. Chelsea's a free-spirited woman from Manchester and a fan favorite of the show. Bovaird describes her style as effortlessly sexy with a bohemian, well-traveled flair inspired by Brigitte Bardot. Her wardrobe was designed to feel eclectic and market-sourced, like she picked up a crochet dress while traveling the world. According to Women's World Daily, Chelsea's look channels a backpacker aesthetic influenced by her time in India and Indonesia. The intention was to create a carefree, nomadic vibe with clothing that looked collected from local markets. In Harper's Bazaar, Bovaird said, "There is this other brand I found from Corsica called Tara Matthews. When I was doing some credits, I realized how much Tara Matthews I used. It was such a discovery for me." Chloe wears this brand's red capo ruffle bikini in the season opener Same Spirit's New Forms, paired with Jacquemus Ovolo leopard sunglasses. Chelsea's style balances grounded flea market finds with touches of subtle luxury. For example, she wears a 1970s vintage Italian cover-up from the Zoo Boutique, hemmed for the show and accessorized with elevated pieces like the Luna Flow 18-karat gold necklace, designer touches disguised as bohemian buys. Bovaird told in Style this was intentional. While Chelsea appears to favor accessible fashion, her look is carefully curated and aspirational. In Dazed, Bovaird explained that while Chelsea's accessories were designed to feel handmade or thrifted, both of her bags were actually by J.W. Anderson in the colors orange and rainbow. She envisioned Chelsea's aesthetic as a nod to 1990s Ibiza, inspired in part by collections like Low X Paula's Ibiza. Chloe wears a crop top and low parrot skirt to the snake farm in episode 3. Now for the full moon party scene in episode 5, Bovaird blended punk elements with rave aesthetics to create something edgier. She collaborated with artist Scooter LaForge on 5 custom t-shirts featuring bold slogans. The look also featured a daring vintage resin bikini from Los Feliz and was completed with a faux fringe grass skirt, the meringue hand-crocheted miniskirt by My Beachy Side. Now, Chloe also wears the brand's crochet cutout mini dress in bronze in the season opener. Now, I love that Bovaird used My Beachy Side pieces in the show. The company supports sustainable practices by employing women artisans in Turkey and using eco-friendly materials like organic cotton and recycled fabrics. Their handmade designs are produced in small batches to reduce waste and support ethical, slow fashion. Now, my favorite look for Chelsea is her Greg Gary party outfit, featuring the embellished sleeveless mini shift dress by McHugh Alexander McQueen. In true Chelsea fashion, she ditches the underdress in favor of a bold black bra and briefs. She completes the ensemble with Giuseppe Zanotti bow mules and a Valentino Garavani Vloggo bag. Rick Hatchett. Rick is a rugged, emotionally distant man weighed down by past traumas. His resort wardrobe was deliberately out of place, underscoring his discomfort with luxury fashion. He typically wears vintage Hawaiian shirts and oversized, inexpensive linen pants sourced from local markets. Bovaird told Cup of Joe that Walton Goggins, who plays Rick, was highly involved in shaping his character's wardrobe. While Rick's shirts are generally budget-friendly, like a vintage Guess by George Marciano horse print button-up and a Jack and Jones palm print shirt, he does sport a white gold Rolex in the episode's special treatments, paired with an Levante floral bowling shirt. According to Banff Style, Rick opens episode 3 in his 5th tropical sports shirt, this one made from vintage 1950s fabric by New York shirt maker Seago. Crafted from 100% rayon in a true Aloha style, the shirt features red crown cranes on a burgundy background with spiky green leaves and an orange sun dominating the print. Now, Goggins must have loved it. He's continued wearing this shirt in real life, according to his Instagram. He pairs the look with khaki cargo pants, possibly by MNML, Ray-Ban Original Wayfarers, and a Q-Timex GMT 38 with a synthetic rubber strap. He even dresses up a little for his meeting with Jim Hollinger, wearing a cream linen suit with a white tone-on-tone striped shirt. To manage the heat and humidity on set, the costume team used Thompson tees from the US for Goggins, cutting out the neckline to keep them hidden. Still, Bovaird admitted the armpit padding resembled a sanitary towel, not exactly a glamorous solution, but effective. The trio. Childhood friends since age 9, Laurie, Jaclyn, and Kate reunite for a girls' trip to the White Lotus, courtesy of Jaclyn. Bovaird told Vogue their wardrobes were designed to feel interchangeable, reflecting their shared history. However, Laurie's style subtly evolved over the season. She starts off trying to keep up with her friends, but gradually shifts to loose traveler pants, a small backpack, and a quirky hat as she relaxes into herself. Now, in contrast, Kate stays polished, while Jaclyn's bold, attention-grabbing looks reflect her craving for the spotlight. Jaclyn Lemon. Jaclyn is a successful Hollywood actress recently married to fellow actor Harrison. Bovaird said her wardrobe was inspired by the idea that she'd received a resort wear box from Valentino, with the possibility that Kate borrowed a suit from it. Bovaird noted that this is realistic, as brands often send clothing to support actors. In later episodes, Jaclyn fully embraces luxury, wearing a striking Valentino look that includes a leopard print swimsuit, matching robe, shirt, and a bag, an unmistakable display of her high-end style. Her Valentino rainbow spinning wheel lettering mini dress and Hermes silk maxi, retailing around $1,900, were likely the season's most expensive pieces. Stylistically, Jaclyn's wardrobe echoes Nicole Mossbacker's from The White Lotus Season 1. Nicole wore the popular Poupette sans barth, Millie mini dress. Jaclyn channels that same vibe with a blue three-piece poupette ensemble in episode 4, Hide or Seek, and later the Erica kimono in pink Leo Forest in Denials. A fun fact, the Erewhon tote bag Jaclyn carries was actress Michelle Monaghan's idea. For those unfamiliar, Erewhon is an upscale Los Angeles grocery store. The wardrobe team wasn't sure they could source the bag until Monaghan brought one back from LA herself. Kate Bohr. Kate is a country club wife from Austin, Texas. Always impeccably put together, she's the most stylish of the three friends in my opinion, though Jaclyn would probably think she's the most fashionable. Bovaird shared that Valentino provided several stunning swimsuits for the season, including the hot pink one worn by Kate, paired with a black and white panther print sarong. Likely borrowed from Jaclyn's Valentino stash, the look features the Valentino Garavani V Gold swimsuit and Valentino Garavani panther print sarong. Kate also wears two standout pieces by Australian brand Alame, the Venus printed silk twill shirt for dinner in episode 3 and the Yvette cutout midi dress in episode 4, Hide and Seek. Other memorable looks include the Colombian resort wear brand Waimari Dinamita, top worn to breakfast in the Meaning of Dreams. And while you can't see it because she's sitting at the table, Bovaird revealed on Instagram that the bottoms are Asava Group Miranda turn-up shorts in blue. The other standout is the shimmering Marie-France Van Damme metallic striped boo-boo caftan from episode 2, Special Treatments. But my personal favorite, the striking poppy-colored pleated one-shoulder dress by French luxury fashion house Lanvin, worn in episode 1, Same Spirits, New Forms. The one miss for me is Kate's arrival outfit, a Paul Smith square neck dress. The color and silhouette just don't flatter actress Leslie Bibb in my humble opinion. Laurie Duffy. Laurie is a corporate lawyer and recent divorcee from New York City. Bovaird describes her as someone who normally doesn't focus on fashion, but makes an effort on this trip to blend in with her old friends. Her wardrobe is smaller and more understated than the others, subtly reflecting her laid-back nature and a desire to reconnect with her past social circle. In Vanity Fair, actor Carrie Coon explained that she approached Laurie's packing as hapless and last-minute, reflecting a woman who didn't have the energy or time to prepare properly. As a result, her outfits feel slightly off, like she's trying just a little too hard to capture the vacation vibe. Bovaird told Harper's Bazaar that Carrie Coon questioned why Laurie would wear a Cartier watch to breakfast, but Bovaird replied, because it's the White Lotus. You wear your Cartier watch to breakfast. Now, despite some luxury pieces in the mix, Bovaird shared with Dazed that many items, including a vintage jumpsuit by Sue Wong that Laurie wears, came from her own wardrobe. This juxtaposition, pairing a pricey Lucky Love black mini airbag by Giambattista Valli, speaks to Laurie's more grounded style compared to her friends. Bovaird also reused one of her favorite resources from season 1, Zimmermann, a Sydney-based luxury brand previously worn by Nicole Mossbacher. Laurie wears two Zimmermann pieces, the light picnic dress on arrival at the resort, and later one of the season's standout looks, the August Plunge V-Wire swimsuit in honey, layered under a Tara Matthews Aqua Tropical Palms kimono. The Ratliffs. The Ratliff family embark on a vacation to Thailand that unveils deep-seated familial dysfunctions and personal crises. Bovaird said her inspiration for the Ratliffs was to make them look as if they had just stepped out of a Ralph Lauren catalog, emphasizing a polished, classic, and aspirational American aesthetic. Timothy. Timothy is a financier from Durham, North Carolina, and of all the characters, his wardrobe most clearly reflects his unraveling mental state as he begins self-medicating with his wife's lorazepam. He arrives looking sharp in the season premiere, wearing a blue polo shirt and crisp white polo Ralph Lauren pants, finished with Zegna transparent golden syrup sunglasses. It feels safe to assume his wife Victoria likely picked out his wardrobe. Timothy frequently wears shades of blue, perhaps to highlight actor Jason Isaacs' vivid blue eyes, and leans toward linen shirts in soft pastels. While linen suits the tropical climate, it wrinkles easily, contributing to his increasingly disheveled appearance. Many of his shirts may be from R.M. Williams, though specific styles are now discontinued or out of stock. He pairs his outfits with a yellow gold Rolex Day-Date 40. For one of his most harrowing scenes, Timothy wears a Tommy Bahama Coastal Breeze Czech Island Zone camp shirt in Dockside Blue. And while you might expect visible perspiration, given the humid filming conditions, Bovaird revealed, "Tim was bone dry. We actually had to apply costume sweat." There was also some controversy surrounding Timothy's Duke shirt, with the university claiming the show used their branding without permission, a response that, in my view, felt like an overreaction. Victoria. Victoria is Timothy's wife and mother of their 3 children. Of all the characters in Season 3, her costumes were my favorite. Costume designer Alex Bovaird described actor Parker Posey as having a strong personal sense of style and being highly collaborative. Since both the actress and her character are from the South, Posey arrived with clear ideas about how Victoria should dress. Bovaird said Posey enthusiastically embraced standout pieces, like the Jim Thompson Siam River silk twill shawl she lay on like a blanket, making her fittings lively and creative. Victoria wears this oversized shawl to Greg's party, paired with a forest green Cynthia Rowley ruffle peplum jumpsuit and a show-stopping David Webb enamel shield necklace valued at over $400,000. Posey also contributed personal items to Victoria's wardrobe, including her mother's ring and watch, possibly this Rolex President's Ladies watch seen in Episode 3, The Meaning of Dreams. Bovaird told Women's Wear Daily that her look featured more Rachel Comey than expected, a choice that worked beautifully. Standouts from the brand include a yacht dress, a peach off-shoulder top and pants set worn to dinner in Episode 4, and the Hilma dress in Episode 8. Victoria's style blended high-end and accessible fashion, like a Banana Republic arrival dress styled with a contrasting Swain London monogram silk scarf in blue, and several vintage caftans inspired by women Bovaird met in Birmingham, Alabama. She also wore elegant tie garments from Jim Thompson, including an orchid silk kimono caftan dress for the monastery visit. But my favorite, the Jim Thompson silk ruffle sleeveless maxi dress in green, worn in Episode 1, Same Spirits, New Forms. Accessories played a functional role too. Her Gucci bamboo small top handle bag and small Louis Vuitton bag were chosen not just for style, but for practicality. They had to open and close easily for scenes involving her lorazepam. And one fun fact, to cope with the heat on set, Posey kept a Ziploc bag of ice between her legs during filmmaking. Saxon. Saxon, the eldest child of Timothy and Victoria, works for his father's company. His wardrobe, according to the costume designer, was carefully crafted to be instantly recognizable, leaning into Southern prep staples like Southern Tide, Polo, and Brooks Brothers to embody a literal dad aesthetic without crossing into full parody. He kicks off the season in an almost entirely near-white outfit, a Southern Tide Driver Island Blooms polo, Brooks Brothers linen cotton shorts, Gucci horsebit loafers, Oliver Peoples sunglasses with Smathers and Branson American flag straps, and a Hublot Big Bang Unico Blackmagic watch. The shorts, Bovaird noted, were purposely uncool in length, highlighting Saxon's awkward, out-of-touch style. Still, Bovaird was mindful not to push the satire too far. She said, "After the first episode, I was like, let's not do the sunglasses, croquis, and the boat shoes. Let's take one element away. We're not Zoolander. We want to be satire, not comedy." Other key pieces include skipjack polo shirts in Ocean Channel and Pale Rosette Pink, and a beach cast shirt in Geranium Pink, all by Southern Tide. For the episode Full Moon Party, he wears a Madewell Poplin Easy long-sleeve striped shirt. Now in the follow-up episode, possibly the worst morning of Saxon's life, he likely mistakenly swaps out his orange and purple striped H&M swim shorts for his brother Lochlan's Oral Bar Brown Bulldog Flight of Fantasy swim shorts. Now, as the season progresses, Saxon's look subtly sharpens to reflect his emotional growth. He even begins to look a bit handsome. By Killer Instincts, he dials down the douche factor with a Brooks Brothers cotton polo cardigan in a batik-inspired block print, paired with tan chinos and Gucci loafers for Greg Gary's party. Piper. Piper is a college senior studying religion with a style that reflects her search for meaning beyond her materialistic family. Inspired by a young Brooke Shields, her wardrobe features demure, embroidered, and lace-trimmed dresses that speak to her wholesome, earthy nature and modest sensibilities. One of Piper's stand-up pieces is a cotton voile midi dress by Polo Ralph Lauren, embodying her grounded, modest style. Throughout the season, she wears 3 Chow Lucia dresses that perfectly align with her ethereal self-image. These include the Chloe dress in Thistle, worn in the season premiere, the nautical Florencia dress in episode 4, Hide and Seek, and the Olin dress in Butter, seen in episode 6, Denials. Bovaird explained that these dresses had a whimsical quality that suited Piper's character, noting, "You can style the dresses to make them sexy, but at Piper's height, the length felt chaste." By the end of the season, after rejecting the idea of living in a Thai monastery, Piper embraces her family wealth, stepping into a more confident and luxurious look. She dons a striking cobalt blue top and skirt by Waimari, symbolizing her newfound embrace of materialism. Lochlan. Lochlan is the youngest child of Timothy and Victoria, and I think his wardrobe aligns with Quinn Mossbacker from season 1. Like Bovaird's selection of pieces from Tombolo for some of the staff uniforms, Lochlan's poolside ensemble worn in the episode The Meaning of Dreams includes Tombolo Tom Wesselman swim trunks with an Oral Bar brown camp-colored striped cotton shirt. In episodes 4 and 5, Hide or Seek and Full Moon Party, Lochlan dons the Tombolo Reptile Dysfunction shirt, accessorized with Persol sunglasses and an Omega Mission to Saturn watch. According to Banff's Style, the shirt is made from 100% Tencel, featuring a cream base with navy blue border stripes on the sleeves, waist hem and pocket, plus a custom print of blue and pink crocodiles and flowers by Tom Hobson of Diva Brewing Company. Lochlan pairs the shirt with navy linen trousers that end just above the brown leather flip-flops, giving a short break at the ankle before switching to Oral Bar brown Flight of Fantasy swim shorts. Lochlan also wears vintage graphic tees, including Talk to Me About a Reality Check and an 80s Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, Virginia tee. In episode 6, he wears a green Jim Thompson linen Hawaiian shirt. Other players. Belinda, a spa manager from the White Lotus in Hawaii, is now on work exchange in Thailand. Bovaird described her as someone who gravitates toward flowing, elegant styles, and having never been a guest at the White Lotus, she seeks to blend in with the luxury around her. Determined not to be seen as poor, Belinda strives for a modern-day Cinderella transformation, likely maxing out her credit cards for some of her more luxurious resort wear. Conscious of being on a work trip, she wants to feel as good as the guests when out of her uniform. To reflect this, Bovaird custom designed looks for Belinda using vibrant Thai fabrics, highlighting her desire for a more stylish, personal side outside of her professional role. Belinda's ready-to-wear looks include 2 stand-up pieces from luxury resort wear brand Veranda. The hand-draped kaftan in Emerald Paisley Bemberg, worn in episode 3, The Meaning of Dreams, and the pink and green hand-beaded kaftan worn to Greg's party in episode 7, Killer Instincts. But my favorite Belinda look was the parrot print Zim kaftan by Carolina Kay, worn during her negotiations with Greg in the season finale. I also love Belinda's nightwear, especially the geisha robe by Christine Lingerie, worn over a Lane Bryant comfy cotton lace-back chemise, both in the season finale. Chloe, an ex-model French-Canadian expat, was dressed in exclusive pieces by Jaclyn, which were hand-delivered to the set in Koh Samui, adding a high-fashion touch to the wardrobe. Bovaird explained that Jaclyn perfectly suited Chloe's character due to her French-Canadian background and Mediterranean lifestyle, including modeling in Saint-Tropez. Although Bovaird had hoped to feature Jaclyn in season 2, it wasn't feasible at the time, making the ideal choice for the show's aesthetic in season 3. Now, 2 standout outfits created for Chloe include the polka dot bodysuit and skirt ensemble from the season 1 debut, and a pink swimsuit and wrap worn on Greg's yacht in Hide or Seek. Jacquemus also supplied Chloe's hoop earrings. Her sunglasses are by Oliver Peoples and her jelly mules are by Jeffrey Campbell. Other standout looks include the sprinkle maxi dress cover-up in bronze by My Beachy Side, worn with Ray-Ban round metal sunglasses and La Bambola zebra print tote by Jacquemus in special treatments. My personal favorite is the 1993 collection vintage mini dress by Gianni Versace, worn to Greg's party in episode 7, accessorized with whimsical chain-link heel mules by J.W. Anderson and crumple-to earrings by Completed Works. Sritala Hollinger. Sritala, one of the owners of the White Lotus, is dressed in a wardrobe sourced primarily from Thailand, including pieces by Thai designers and custom-made capes. One standout cape features a commission print created with artisan Gary Graham. Bovaird also highlighted her love for the Jim Thompson store, known for its classic vibe and beautiful linen and silk garments, which drew inspiration from the American founder's deep connection with Thai silks. In episode 1, Sritala wears the veranda sundowner kaftan paired with a blue jungle tiger clutch. Sritala's jewelry reflects her wealth and status, often layered in exceptional pieces. In episode 6, she wears a gypsy monkey brooch in white enamel by David Webb, along with amethyst and tourmaline earrings. Completing the look is this Luna Flow White Lotus necklace. Her Jacob & Co. watch, valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars, further underscores her luxury lifestyle, as do her Jacob & Co. papillon earrings in episode 1, Same Spirits, New Forms. Now that the season is over, I think it was a solid one, even though I personally preferred season 2. Let me know in the comments which season you prefer, and if you have a favorite costume from season 3. Season 4 of The White Lotus has been confirmed, with production set to begin in early 2026. I'm excited to see where the next destination will be. I'll leave my reviews of season 1 and 2 in my pinned comment, so feel free to check them out. A huge thank you to my patrons for making this video possible, and thank you all for spending time with me. I'll see you in the next video.